Today we will be making spooky baked potatoes and jack-o'-lantern stuffed peppers. You will start both recipes out by washing and scrubbing the potatoes and the peppers. Then you will cut the potatoes in half, and if you're younger, please ask a parent or guardian for help to use a paring knife or a butter knife to cut spooky faces into each potato half. You will want to preheat your oven to 425, and these potatoes will bake in 45 to 50 minutes. Once you are done carving, use some olive oil and put it in a big mixing bowl with salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic powder. You will toss your potato halves in this mixture. You will place it on a baking pan and you will put them right in the oven. Here's our next recipe, jack-o'-lantern stuffed peppers. First, you will cut the tops off of each pepper. Then, you will use a butter knife or a paring knife to cut 2 small triangles for the eyes and 1 mouth with the knife. This has to be done with someone who has a little more experience. Keep in mind to keep your fingers outside of the pepper if you're using a paring knife or a bigger knife. Always use caution when using even a butter knife to make the jack-o'-lantern faces. After you have completed cutting out the faces, I suggest putting the peppers in a pan with a little olive oil, salt and pepper rubbed on the outside, and baked at 380 degrees for around 5 to 10 minutes to soften it up. Then you will cut up an onion and you will begin cooking the pepper filling. For the filling, I decided to use one 1-pound pack of ground turkey. I decided to also use 2 cups of wild rice. I used the directions on the back of the container. It said basically for 1 cup of rice, you would need 2.5 cups of water. You will bring the water up to a boil with salt and optional of oil or butter. And once it boils, you add the rice in, you close it with a tight-fitting lid, turn off the heat, and let it sit for 45 minutes. I add the onions first. They are a fine dice, and I'll be adding about a teaspoon of chopped garlic. I'm using jarred garlic here. And after these two cook for about 5 minutes, I'll add in the ground turkey and the taco seasoning, and a little later I'll be adding in some salsa. Here I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of salsa. You can add more or you can add less. It depends on what you like. And I will be also adding in a can of black beans that I have previously rinsed out before adding to the pan. Here I will add in the other pack, and what I did not record is that I also added in 1 tablespoon of white sugar and 2 tablespoons of milk. Here's the rice. This is the wild rice blend I used. Put it in the pot with some oil and water. I did not boil it ahead of time like the directions said, but it did turn out fine. But there are the directions. You can zoom in or pause it. And I just doubled this recipe. After it sits for about 10 minutes, when you turn it off from simmer, that's when you can start scooping it out and adding it to your ground turkey mixture. You can add as little or as much as you'd like. It depends on how many people you're feeding. Add more rice if you're feeding more people. After this mixture is all mixed up, that's when you want to add them to the peppers, and you're going to put them in a 380 degree oven for 25 minutes with the caps on. I hope you enjoyed the video, and here's the final product. Thanks and have a great day.
Thanks for watching. If you want even more fantastic content, check out our Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at CMC Library.